Now I'm honored to be able to take a couple of minutes to introduce Scott Watterson, our keynote. I will say right in the beginning, take a minute to fill out these the papers. They will all be entered in a drawing. Do this now and not after. Icon has just generously donated some great prizes. I actually have one of the prizes, the Tour de France trainer. You've probably seen it advertised. It's a great product. I think, is it third generation. So I can attest to in fact, I have a lot of their products. I have a gym at home, in fact, full of them. But that's beside the point. But just so you're aware, I think it's important to know you can read this. I'll hit some of the high points. I've known quite a bit about Scott actually over the years, but he's co-founder and chairman and CEO of Icon Health and Fitness. As many of you know, they own a lot of the different fitness product companies in the market. You may not be aware of that, including Nordic Track, Proform, and Weider for Home Fitness, and Free Motion Fitness for the health club market. I know many of us use their products in the clubs that we're members of. The company's brand for fitness wearables and subscription fitness solutions is iFit. Icon's award-winning running shoe brand is Altera Footwear. I have a couple pair. They're great shoes, but not that I was asked to do that, but they really are. I think one of the more important things about Scott that I did not know is he has been instrumental in over 200 patents at Icon, which is a significant accomplishment for those of you that are involved in IP. And I think many of you are aware that they are located in Logan. He is the co-founder, and we'd like to welcome him to the stage to tell his story and share some of his experiences at this time. So let's give Scott a great big hand.
Thank you, Chet, and I'll give you my check later for that advertisement. That was very good. I want to really thank you for letting me be here with you today. I was really impressed with the awards and the accomplishments that have been accomplished individually and collectively as a group. I think this is a great organization to be part of, and I think it's a great state to be in. Certainly, it might be because of the thin air, but there seems to be the ability to get our brain cells moving a lot faster in this state than maybe other states. I don't know. Maybe it's just because we're in the mountains and we're a little bit higher to the source that some of the sources where we generate all that creative thinking. I'm not sure. Icon is a great company. We came here just after Brigham Young did. We've been here for about 40 years, and so before tech was fashionable, we were up in Cache Valley, and we were quietly developing a very nice business. Over the last 40 years, we've become the largest fitness supplier of exercise equipment in the world, and have also been able now to participate in the wearable technology and some of the fast advancing product solutions for interactive technologies through our iFit business. If you will, I'll just give you just a minute to see some of our products and give you just a view of who we are, and we'll just tee that up right now. So that gives you a little background of who we are and what we do. Excited to be part of this venue here today and talk to you about the creative process. I think the creative process is what inspires entrepreneurship, that grows industry and creates, if you will, society's better side. And I think it's done in 4 steps. I'd like to suggest to you that you look at these 4 steps as you evaluate your own businesses and as you continue to pursue your opportunities in business. Number 1 is you first have to create. 2, you need to innovate. 3, you need to iterate. And 4, you might find this a little unusual, but you need to communicate. So we've been having a great lunch, and it's all about what we ate. So I thought we would keep the message around that. So it is create, innovate, iterate, and communicate. What does it mean to, if you will, to create? It means to bring something into existence. It's something original. It's new. It gives you first mover advantage. It gives you an opportunity to organize something and make a difference. It's those aha moments. It's the back of a napkin at lunch. It's the time where all comes to a need is approached and you address the need and come up with a solution. The environment that we create that allows, if you will, creative thinking is critical. That energy of thought to take something from concept to existence cannot be bothered by negative thinking. Creativity oftentimes is very shy, and you have to have an opportunity to let it emerge, not only in your own mind and thinking, but in those that participate with you in the process. That creative beginning is the foundation of many things that are great. However, that doesn't mean that is the only part of a creative, innovative process. After you've created something, then the opportunity comes for you to build on that, to change it, to add to it. That is called innovation. That is where you adapt it, where you establish something new with it. It's oftentimes featured-based. It allows you to expand the user base. It allows you to add to and build upon that which has been created. That gives you, if you will, oftentimes a second mover advantage if you get into the game early with innovation. I will give you our own example of that. Motorized treadmills didn't used to be in the home. Just shortly after Brigham Young came, the medical community started to make motorized treadmills. The problem was you couldn't use those motorized treadmills anywhere but in a commercial setting because they required 220 volt electricity. So the innovative people at ICOM thought about it, and we said, okay, let's figure out a way to take an AC drive and turn it into a DC drive, thus allowing us to have 110 volt motorized treadmills. That brings the treadmill into the home. That's the first innovative advancement. After it got into the home, my wife complained that that wasn't a really good place for a treadmill. It should be in the garage. Well, I realized that that wouldn't be a good place for our industry to have to sell to, is treadmills into the garage. So the second innovation that came about really is when we space saved it. We moved it so after we were done with it, we folded it up out of the room so you could vacuum, you could resume the activities of the room that you needed to. My wife still believes that she should get a royalty for that innovative idea. After that, then comes the ability and the need to expand the user experience on a treadmill. Because we all like to run outside, we all like to experience that time, and sometimes running on a treadmill inside can be boring. And so what we had to do, and what we did, is we partnered with a company you might be familiar with called Google. We are one of 8 strategic partners with Google Maps that have come up with ways to utilize that technology on inboard appliances and in-house appliances, namely treadmills. And so let me show you what we did with Google and Google Maps.
Hi, I'm James McGill, one of the software engineers on the Google Maps APIs based out of beautiful Sydney, Australia. I'm here in Logan, Utah at the headquarters of iFit for the world's first digital 5-kilometer run.
We got a winner! Last week we took a runner with us to France to run the beautiful streets of Paris, and our iFit watch tracked all the information on her run and stored it in the iFit cloud. So when she landed back at iFit headquarters, she was able to share that exact run she experienced in Paris with all of the runners here. On the treadmill console, they were able to see the exact same streets that she saw and even feel the same incline and decline of those streets.
While we were going uphill, the treadmill went up. Going downhill, the treadmill went down. It was incredible.
It was doing it for you, and you're getting this amazing workout. It was so fun.
You're no longer just staring at a wall. You get to visit everywhere in the world, and you get to get fit while you're doing it.
It's not a boring treadmill run. You can literally run anywhere in the world anytime you want.
Phenomenal. Unlike any other treadmill experience I've had.
This is one of the most incredible, out-of-the-box integrations that I've ever seen. And the best thing about it is that it's making everybody's life better.
iFit and Google have completely changed the way that you view fitness.
Okay, thank you. So that is where we have taken the technology, adapted it to our user case, put it on a treadmill. By the way, we were the first company that incorporated an Android tablet on any appliance in the world. In fact, we were the first company to use a 10-inch Android tablet in the whole world. And that was many years ago. But then as that has developed, now we've been adding and adding and adding to the iFit solutions. And this is the latest, if you will, or one of the latest adaptations that we've talked about. Innovation is critical. Innovation is part of really, let's just hit it one more time, that's where you add to, you modify, you enhance, you increase that which has originally been created. Watch out if you are a creator only, because the innovators will step over you and past you if you don't continue to innovate after you've come up with your good idea. The next, let me just give you a little teaser, if you will, about what we might be thinking about is what is the next adaptation or innovation to treadmills. Let your imagination go. Okay, so it might not be Dancing with the Stars, but it might be dancing on your treadmill. Who knows? Let's just see where we go from here. The next step in the creative process is to iterate. So first you create, then you innovate, and then you iterate. This is the part of discipline. This is the part that maybe many of us don't enjoy that's here today, but I might add to you as an essential and critical part to discipline yourself, to continue to improve. And that's what it means to iterate. To continue the process of improvement, continue the process of refining, continue the process of adding to and building and making a better mousetrap. If you then go from creative to innovative to iterating, then you are able to stay ahead of the game. You're able to give the user a reason for purchasing your products, and you're giving yourself an advantage and a differentiation from all those in the sea of competitors that you compete against. That opportunity is best exemplified by this small shoe company that you heard Chet talk about earlier. It's Ultra. He mispronounced it, but we are an early stage company. Happened to be the fastest growing specialty run shoe company in the world right now. It started because there were 3 entrepreneurs down in Provo Valley that had a great innovative product. They designed something quite unique. They decided to put a shoe, make it look like it and be like and act like a foot. So it's a zero drop, it's a wide toe base so your toes could splay, and it's a wonderful technology, very creative, but we had to get the message out. Because just having the best mousetrap doesn't work anymore. Just building the field and expecting that they will come doesn't work anymore. So therefore, the 4th step of the creative process is the communicative process. Yeah, that's you, not me. Good. Okay, no problem. It could have been me. Half the time it is, so forgive me. The communication process, we cannot minimize the value of it in the creative process. Let me show you what we did to get, this is one of our early video advertisements, and we put it in multi-mediums now. But this is how we now communicated this technology with the Ultra shoes.
At Ultra, we don't believe in limits, or telling runners they can't, or it's not possible. That's why we dared to make shoes with a foot-shaped toe box, and gave runners zero-drop technology so that runners could say goodbye to limits too. Ultra invites you to experience the difference everyone's talking about with zero risk. Love your run or send them back within 30 days, no questions asked. Get your pair today at ultrarunning.com. Ultra, zero limits.
Okay. So that was early. Now the shoe that we're going to launch, and actually the one that you're going to have a chance to get today, which we'll deliver next week. So don't call us and bug us because it's not going to ship until next week. But after that, the back orders has been phenomenal by the especially run community on the shoe. We put some technology into a shoe, flexible sensory, so that we can tell where and how your foot lands. Obviously, we can do what some of our buddies up in the Northwest have done relative to cadence and counting and whatnot. But a lot more importantly, we can now call out stride, we can call out pace, we can see whether you're pronating or supernating. We can do a lot with that technology, and that's, if you will, the next innovation in the shoe company. And of course, we will need to communicate that. Communication is everything. I do love the movie Field of Dreams. I do love Kevin Costner's idea of building it and they will come. In today's world, it won't happen that way. Build it and get a 5-star rating and 5-star reviews, and then they will come. That's what you need to do now. And how you go about that is really important. While traditional mediums continue to work, every day they're becoming less and less effective, giving rise to the new, more targeted mediums to make more and more desired content available and giving you a chance to have more and more instant and immediate response to that content, and most importantly, making that content more and more user-centric. Because of that change and that technology change that's going on, you need then to not only look at traditional advertising mediums, but you obviously need to look at Google. You need to look at Amazon. You need to look at YouTube. You need to look at the whole plethora, if you will, of social mediums that deal with Facebook and Twitter. I can Twitter or Twitter, either way. Blogging, whatever it takes. But now with this splintered approach to marketing, it is so important that you have a creative solution to how you get your message across. Follow the same approach again. Create an idea, innovate, iterate on it, and communicate. As you do that, you will find success, and you will become the first place, not the second place. They who communicate win. Let me show you some of the ways Icon has communicated recently. Thank you. In conclusion, I'd like to end with a challenge. I'd like you to think for a minute with me about the following. We live in a remarkable world. It's a remarkable time to be here. Innovation, creativity, innovation, technology has brought a wonderful place. It's amazing. I don't care where you want to turn, where you want to look. Look at the food industry, look at the entertainment industry, look at the travel industry, look at the, if you will, the standard of living changes. It's a remarkable world we live in. And those intended consequences from a lot of hard work by yourselves and others that have led the way are creating and continue to create a much better environment and a much better place to live. However, there has also come some unintended consequences from the technology. There has come some unintended consequences from innovation. Let me tell you just a few for you to consider. Diabetes is up 764% in the last 20 years. Child obesity is at epidemic levels, not only in the United States, but now throughout the world. Heart disease, hypertension is continuing to rise. Mental illness is at staggering levels. These are the unintended consequences of all that we enjoy with the good. May I suggest to you, if you want to build the better place, if you want to continue to expand your fortunes, that you address these areas, that you look at these places, and you see ways where technology can make a difference, can change behavior, can enhance human performance, that can strengthen character and build strength again. We've all enjoyed a wonderful lunch. I'd like to sell you all a treadmill right after lunch so you can exercise. I won't, because your idea might be better than mine. But I invite you to go after this opportunity. Every day we create something, there are intended and unintended consequences. May I suggest to you this might be a time for you to look at these unintended consequences and go make a fortune. Thank you.